Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel Shraddha's Physics. Today we will see the Laplace transform of the Dirac delta function. Now let us start. First of all, let me define what is the Dirac delta function. Especially what is the type of the function I will explain. So this Dirac delta function can be written as delta of x minus a is equal to 0. Its value will be, the function value will be 0 when x is not equal to a, and its value will be 1 if x equal to a. Okay. Now if I plot a graph for the Dirac delta function, then this is suppose x-axis and this is suppose delta axis. Here I will write this represents x-axis and this represents suppose delta axis, or let me write this is delta of x minus a. Okay, x minus a. Suppose this is x equal to a point. It means that at this x equal to a point, its value will be like this. This is very close to this x-axis and this is somehow look like this. Okay, so it means that at this x equal to a point, its value is x equal to, at this x equal to a point, this delta of x minus a equal to 1, and at every point except this x equal to a, its value will be 0. Okay, you can see that this line, that is, it represents x equal to 0, and here also this is x equal to 0 point, and at this x equal to a point, this is specially at this point, its value will be equal to 1. So this basically represents the Dirac delta function. Similarly, we can write, if this delta function, if I write delta of x, then this delta of x can be written as its value will be equal to 0 when x is not equal to 0, and its value will be equal to 1 when x equal to 0. This is just similar to the above, that is, in place of a, if I will put 0, then this will be x, when x is not equal to 0, this delta of x will be 0, and when x equal to 0, then this function will be 1. Okay. Now if I plot a curve for this delta function, this is suppose x-axis and this represents suppose delta of x-axis. Okay, this is x-axis and this vertical one is the delta of x-axis. Then this x equal to 0 point, this is suppose at x equal to 0 point, this delta of x value will be somehow like this line is very much close to this x-axis, and at every other point its value is nearly equal to 0. And similarly for this right hand side, I can represent this line, this is very much close to the x-axis, delta of x-axis, that is at x equal to 0, its point is 1, and at every other point its value will be equal to 0. Okay, then if I will ask what is the difference between these two, the difference between these two is at x equal to 0 point, this one, at x equal to 0 point, this delta of x equal to 1, but in case of x equal to a, it means that this at x equal to a means this function just shifts towards this axis, this point is suppose x equal to a, and for this x equal to a point, this delta function will be like this, that is, it is slightly shift of the point x equal to a from the origin, that is x equal to 0. Okay, but our main aim is to calculate the Laplace transform of this function. Now I will write the delta function, delta of x minus a equal to this much, then I will calculate the Laplace transform of this function. Okay, now the Laplace transform of this delta function, that is Laplace transform of delta of x minus a, delta of x minus a can be written as, this is equal to the general form of the Laplace transform. How we can write? This is simply equal to integration over 0 to infinite delta of x minus a into exponential minus sx into dx. This is the general Laplace transform. Since this delta is a function of x, so here I am writing exponential minus s into x, and here we have to integrate with respect to x. Okay. Now here you can see that when this delta function, delta of x minus a, x equal to a point, its value equal to 1, and for every other point this delta of x minus a is 0. So here I can write this delta of x minus a, if I will consider it to be 1, that is at x equal to a, here I am writing at x equal to a point, from this at x equal to a point, this delta of x minus a, its value will be equal to 1, and for every other point it is 0. So if I will consider for this point, now we can write it as this will be equal to, and here we also know the properties of the Dirac function, that is the integration over, suppose I am writing 0 to infinite delta of x minus a, delta of x minus a into f of x dx, this is equal to f of a. This is the properties of the Dirac delta function. Okay. Now if I write this delta of x minus a into f of x dx, now if I compare this equation, now you can see that here in place of f of x, our function is exponential minus sx. From this equation or from this expression, you can see that this function of x is nothing but exponential minus sx. Here I am writing this f of x is here exponential minus sx. So since f of x equal to exponential minus sx, and here for the a point, here also we want to calculate for the a point, because this is delta of x minus a. Now this f of a will be equal to exponential minus sa. Actually, what this Dirac delta function represents, if at the point a the value of a is supposed to, then we have to calculate for f of 2. Then if the function is exponential minus sx, then we have to put 2 in the x. Okay. But now in this condition, our delta function is delta of x minus a. So simply we have to put the function at x equal to a point, that is exponential minus sa. Now you can see that we have to put f of a equal to exponential minus sa at this point. So here I can write this total value will be equal to exponential minus sa. This total Laplace transform, this function will be equal to exponential minus sa. This is called the Laplace transform of the Dirac delta function, that is Laplace transform of delta of x minus a, this is equal to exponential minus sa. Okay. This is the Laplace transform of the Dirac delta function. So this is all for today. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thank you all. Jai Jagannath.